5. We're there. Okay. I think we have some explaining to do. Renae is not her usual cute self.
I just realized before we started rolling, I was like, I don't have a ring on. I don't have earrings on.
And you've probably worn that. You're always like, well, I don't want to wear the same thing.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have worn this sweater. I don't know.
So there's no earrings.
There's no earrings.
Delilah kicked our butts last night.
Yes.
She,
I think you were still wearing the clothes you slept in, actually.
Yeah, I didn't even change. I'm still in the sweat shorts.
Yeah.
Renae was like...
I was going to put on cute booties, and I was like, I don't have the energy for cute booties.
Like 4 a.m, Renae's like, Steve, help me. And I'm like, and then Renae has a habit of her tone scared me.
It was a text message.
No, I didn't get the text message. It was the help me, and I jumped out of bed like, crap, like what's going on? And then she was like, I can't. I just can't.
We should clarify that I am in the master bedroom with the baby in a bassinet, and you were sleeping upstairs
in what we call the grandparents'
room.
I'm in the grandparents' room. So then Renae comes up there, and then the goal is that Renae goes, through the night, and then 6:30 or 7 a.m, I wake up, I grab Delilah, I take her out of the room so that you can then sleep
at
till
7. So I sleep another hour and a half,
2 hours till 9, and then I get Garrett ready. Miss Betty shows up and helps, and today has just been full on shit. Well, let's also explain that not only did Terry and Nathan show up,
our camera guys were here to set up the room.
We have 6 guys in the backyard right now.
Sawing and
drilling. and then the septic tank light went off. So we got to deal with that.
So we're hoping that our house is not full of poop when we walk out this room.
And then Renae being Renae, no, I want the fireplace here. And can we measure it? And like the poor guy that's in charge, Milton's like, yeah, sure. Where do you want it? What do you want it to look like? So not only are we dealing with Delilah kicking our ass.
I feel like I need stints for my eyes.
Oh my God, dude! And then, I'm still. So my routine is I drink I drink a water, then I drink coffee, and I'm usually done by now.
Oh, that cracked me up this morning. Steve walks into the restroom and he goes, I feel so behind. I haven't had my water. I haven't had my coffee. I haven't had a shower. I was like, oh, you mean like every mom of a newborn?
Oh my God. Stop. Stop.
Like, wow.
And then, by the way, Rick, listen to this. So then Renae very quietly at the coffee machine goes, this coffee machine, we're not supposed to be using filters.
Are we back at the coffee machine?
So the whole time, it was her fault. She's the one that bought that coffee machine. She should get up to speed.
I should have read the instruction manual and know.
Like you tell me. Don't you always tell me?
Fair enough.
Read the instruction manual?
Yes.
But it was funny because it was really cute. She was like, I don't think we're supposed to use coffee filters at all. Hee hee. Hee hee. We basically fought because of me. So on top of Delilah kicking, and by the way, and it's like,
at least we got a good brew this morning.
Dude, this baby is literally 2 months old.
No, she's not 2 months old.
How is she wearing out 2 grown adults?
I think that's what happens in the beginning. They don't sleep in the beginning. No, you know what it is? It's that she wakes up at 3 to feed. And I usually have a hard time getting her to go back down. It usually takes like that feed because she slept for quite a bit. She's a little riled up, and it takes me about 4 before she's like back out. But this morning it was not till 5:30. From 3 to 5:30, and she was like fussing, and I couldn't console her. I changed her. I re-swaddled her. I was like, okay, you don't want the baby straitjacket. Let's take it off. Like nothing would make her happy. So finally at 5:30, I went upstairs and I was like, you gotta help me.
No, it was more like 4:30.
No, it was 5:30. From 3 to 5:30. I know. I was watching the clock. I was living it.
And then, but I will say, and again, I'm always honest on the podcast, and in my head, I'm like, Steve, don't say this. You're going to catch shit.
I'll say it. Catch some shit.
No, there is definitely something to be said about a mommy and a newborn. You have more patience than I do. You are better at it.
I would agree with that.
I am.
And when it happens at like 7 or 9 p.m. or even 10 p.m. or even midnight, I can handle it.
Right, but I don't want to hear this like,
from 3 to 5:30.
Sexist. Like women, no. Renae, okay, let's just make this about me and Renae. Renae has...
I'm better at it than you are.
You are. You're better. Now, don't get me wrong. There's other things that I'm built for.
I hit a limit at 5:30 and I was like, I need to tag out. Like,
but don't get me wrong. Like when we used to drive, when we were poor people, and we used to drive from LA to Texas, that was a 20-hour drive.
Yeah.
I can handle 14 of the 20-hour drive.
Yeah, I didn't do that much. I would do 5-6 hours was my max.
Renee would be like, I can't.
I'd be like,
I can't. Yeah. And I'm like, you're 2 hours in, dude.
No, I worked up to 6 hours. So
5 or 6. So the routine that we had, we would leave LA at about 9 o'clock after traffic.
Yeah.
And I would tell Renee, go to bed right away. And I would drive from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m., which usually got us to El Paso.
Yes.
And then at 6 a.m., Terry, I would go and sleep from 6 to about, and then Renee was just like, babe, I can't. I just help me. I can't. And then I would wake up and finish off the drive. But what I'm saying is that I'm built for it. Something about me.
Well, you've had a lot of practice. You're years and years on the road. No, because even me, when we first started making that drive, you're right. I could only do like 4 hours. 3-4 hours, and then I'd be like falling asleep at the wheel, and then eventually I worked my way up.
But even then, you've only worked your way up to 5 or 6. What I'm saying is there's something in me, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a man-woman thing. I don't know. There's just something in me that I can do 2 hours. There's something in you that can handle the baby better than I can. You have more patience.
I mean...
But also part of the problem is my personality, because I can't sit still.
No, yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm stuck with this baby in my hand? I got things to do, right? Like,
but I also think going through what we went through in that experience adds like a level of gratefulness and patience. One, like just so happy to be holding her in my arms. It's a different perspective this go round. And two, we did it with Garrett. So I know this time around that those feelings of overwhelm and those overwhelming phases
go by fast. It's
are all short-lived. Right. Yeah.
But also there's also like, I'm not a big guy, but I'm a brute. And I can't sleep with her in the bed. You can. You mentally can go to, and I'm like, I'm gonna roll over on her. I'm gonna kill. You know what I mean? Like I can't go to sleep. I'm freaking huge compared to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to. So I can't sleep. So then like this morning, the only time she would chill was in Daddy's chest. Right? She would get in my chest, and I would just lay there.
It's that skin to skin.
Yeah. And then I'm like dozing off, and then I'm like, oh no. Like, if I'm gonna roll over. And my baby's gonna die, and then that's gonna, you know what I mean? And it's gonna ruin my life. But she kicked our ass this morning, so that's why Renae looks like shit.
No, you know what? I was like, maybe if I draw my eyebrows on extra dark today, it'll make me look more awake. If I put on a lot of blush and extra dark eyebrows, I don't know.
Miss Betty comes now to help us with everything, and even Miss Betty, and she's like the most positive woman ever, and she's like super hardworking.
You guys look like shit.
Yeah, even she was like, Delilah's winning, like this little girl. So that's why we look. Well, that's why she looks the way she looks. I always look like this. This is.
Yeah, no, I was like braid and ponytail. It is today.
But the new studio, we none of this shit is gonna stay.
It looks so empty now that all the birthday decorations are gone. Now I really got to get on it.
Thank God! And finally, that crap and exactly what I said was gonna happen. Did you guys see Renae's?
No, I was gonna say we have to catch everyone up.
Oh my God, dude!
On my Insta stories, which I've left in my highlights, so that Everyone can go back and watch it as many times as they want. Remember the yard signs that I got for Garrett's birthday that Steve like had a conniption fit over?
I do.
I called the sweet lady and I said, my husband will kill me if I pay for these again, but you want to be in on the joke. And Caitlin at Card My Yard was like, sure, I'll come. She put them all up in the yard for Steve's birthday. And she didn't just leave them for one day like they normally do. She left them all weekend long.
No, so the podcast, my birthday's not till Saturday.
Right.
Right? The podcast, when did the signs go up?
We filmed on Wednesday
When did
or
you have
Thursday.
the signs
The
put
signs went up on Friday morning.
Friday morning.
Yes.
So
one day before your birthday.
We filmed on Friday. We filmed on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we filmed on Thursday. Renae took pictures of, after we filmed the podcast, of birthday balloons. So that sent off oh my God, it's Steve's birthday, right? Text messages,
your social started going off.
right? And I'm just like, oh my God. So then Friday, tell them what you did.
Friday,
So
Steve goes to drop off Garrett at school, and when he comes home, all the signs are in the front yard. He is so grumpy. He walks in so upset.
I'm so mad, dude. And I'm just like, are you fucking
like grumpy
kidding?
bear coming in the house?
And so then we got into this argument, and I explained to Renae, I go, you don't understand. I don't like it. I don't like the attention. And a part of it is. But
it also made me feel a little sad for you, like to see you get so grumpy and uncomfortable about it.
So then but that was like, the conversation we had. I go, so why did you do it? I go, I have repeatedly over the million years we've been together said, please. So I go, you literally.
Maybe because at some point I think you'll like accept it.
I'm like, do you want to ruin my birthday? Do you want to ruin my birthday?
Because you're fucking into accepting it is basically what
do you know what I mean, Nathan? I'm like, you fucked my, like you.
I mentioned it. I was like, Steve's gonna hate those things. I was like, because I've already talked about how much they cost less.
Well, not only, no, I don't like and so then, but there's anxiety on my part because when somebody wishes me happy birthday, I want to thank them. So now I have all these birthday messages coming in, and now I'm getting anxiety because I want to thank them, but I also want to work on the pavers in the backyard, and I still have a tree to trim, and I have a whole bunch of stuff that in my head I want to do, but now I'm being distracted. I get home, the fucking signs in the thing, but then I told Renae, I go, baby, like, I don't understand. Like, if Renae came to me and said, this ruins my day, please don't do it.
But it shouldn't ruin your day. It's like really sweet and fun.
But it's not up to you what ruins my day.
No, but do
you know what I mean? Like, you know, and so then I get.
Now I'm taking over your day.
No, yes. So then people are like, oh my God, grumpy Trevino, just be happy. I'm like, I would be really fucking happy right now if there was no sign in the yard, if there was no Friday surprise, if there was no cake, if there was no pictures. I would be fantastically happy, but Renae has put 4 fucking days together of making me unhappy. Oh. And so then I go, babe, I don't know, I could understand if I never told you that it bothers me, and you did it, and then I go, hey, listen, like it ruins my day for whatever reason. Right? Maybe I need therapy. Maybe I need counseling.
I think so, yes.
Okay, great. But
should I get you that for your birthday?
Yes. Counseling, therapy, something. But I told Renae, Terry, I go, it fucks me up. It really ruins my day. I go, so if you really want me to have a good birthday.
But that makes me sad that really ruins your day.
You sad?
Because it's like, it's a nice, sweet gesture, and you are so giving. And the way you get so much joy out of surprising people and making their days and doing things for other people, you put all of that out into the world. There's so many people who want to give that back to you. And the fact that you can't accept it is like sad.
But the fact that people watch the podcast, watch and share my comedy, buy a ticket when I come to their town, all of that is already too much. It bothers me.
But you make others feel special.
I always make
in
people
your
feel
everyday
special,
life, and other people want to be able to do that for
But
you. And then when
that's-
you respond the way
but-
you do, it makes the person who's done something nice for you feel uncomfortable.
But you want to do something nice for me? Don't do everything.
I was like, whoa.
No. No, but that's my point. You want to make me happy, right?
Yes.
You know what makes me,
yes.
you know what makes me happy? Not making a big deal about my birthday. That makes me happy. And you know what else made me really happy?
Right.
What else made me really happy is when I go, I'm gonna make a wish, right? Because I played along.
Oh, yes, I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna make a wish, and then Garrett goes, I bet I know what you wish for, Dad.
At dinner when we were sitting
And
down eating dinner.
I go, okay, Garrett, what did I wish for? He goes, for health and happiness for your family.
That your
And I
family
said-
is safe.
I go, that's exactly what I wished for. I go, that's all I want for my birthday is a roof over my family's head and for my family to be healthy and happy. That's
And
all
that
I
made
want.
me so teary-eyed because how sweet that this 5-year-old
he gets it,
knew
yeah.
what your wish was without you even saying it. Like you
Because-
made him feel that way.
But I talk to him about it,
Yeah.
right? And we have those conversations, and I tell him, hey, the things that are important to me are not a birthday party, are not balloons. The things that make me happy, and hopefully he learns from me and realizes that, hey man, I don't need things to make me happy. I don't need things. I need my family to be healthy and happy. I want to be able to wake up and work. All
Yeah.
those things are important to me. And if you really want to make me happy next year, don't do shit.
No, but for Garrett
Because
to
what
see
you
too,
did
there was no
made
big
me unhappy.
there wasn't a gift, there was no big present or monetary item. It was making you feel special.
There
it was
was-
balloons, it
there
was
was-
cake, it was little things.
I already feel so special. I enjoy working. I enjoy, doing a project or being part of a project and learning. I want to learn, right? I want to learn how to do pavers. I want to learn how to build a fireplace.
Yeah.
And I enjoy learning things. I enjoy being able to look at a project and work hard at that. That's what I enjoy.
You've always talked about how you like seeing something through from start to finish.
We got a drill.
And then
we
a
got
baby crying.
We got
Home studio.
home studio. Yeah. What were you saying?
No, you've always said that you enjoy seeing a project from start to finish. And because your comedy career has been so all over the place that it's
Well,
satisfying for
I
you
mean,
to start something and then finish it.
1,000%, because I think the guys in the room right now will tell you, and Terry and Nathan and Rick, that in our business, there is no clocking out, number one.
Yeah.
There is no plateau. There is no being done. There is no I made it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got somebody like Joe Rogan, who's a stand-up comedian. You got somebody like Dave Chappelle, who's a stand-up comedian. They're still working. Spotify wrote Joe Rogan a $100 million check. He didn't go, that's it. I did it.
Yeah.
Right? I did it. It's over. So there's no, it's a constant grind. It's a constant, working in this business. So when I cut the yard, when I do landscaping, when I work on a patio, there's such a satisfying feeling of I started something and there it is, and it is finished.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. But I truly enjoy doing stuff for other people. We had Anthony over
Yeah.
yesterday, and I've been doing these mixed martial arts classes, and I have a habit of being nosy. When I meet people, I start asking questions. Where did you come from? Who are you?
Yeah.
Do you have, two parents? Did you grow up rich? I mean, I really want to get to know people. So Garrett and I are both taking mixed martial arts at the same place. And one of the instructors there, Anthony, I'm always there early, and I have a few moments with him. And
Anthony's great, by the way. Like,
he's
so good
amazing.
with the kids. Yeah.
And I've been spending, 10 minutes almost every day with him and just prying into his life, right? Like, where are you from and who are you, So then finally, last week he goes, I go, man, what do you really want to do? He's a young kid. And he goes, I want to be a professional kickboxer. And I go, okay, so what are you doing to do that. And he goes, well, you know, man, I train here, and I train with the best people in New Braunfels. And I go, look, man, I went to the Comedy Store, not because I like LA, but because I had to see where I stood amongst the very best.
Yeah.
That's our gym.
Yeah.
And that's the best gym in the world, is the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, California. And I need to find out, where do I fit in? And then when I got there, two things happened for me. Number one, wait a minute, these guys aren't that good. Number two, I need to get better and train here, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I take it back. These guys aren't that talented, but they're good. And they're good because they're here, right? So I happen to be friends with Victor Ortiz, the boxer. Mm-hmm. And I called Victor up and I said, listen, dude, I got this guy who wants to be a pro fighter. And then Victor goes, I'm in camp right now. I fight in San Antonio, Texas on February 27th. We need sparring partners. How much does he weigh? And I told him, he fights at this weight. He goes, send him over. Nice. So I called Anthony up and I'm like, guess what, dude? You're going to Victor Ortiz's camp and you're going to get trained. You're going to be a sparring partner and you're going to find out how good you are. And he goes, well, I don't have any money. I said, you don't need money. I got you. So he came over. I bought him a plane ticket. Got him a hotel.
One of the blessings of coronavirus, plane tickets are cheap.
Yeah, plane tickets are cheap. And then Anthony was like, and that's another thing. So Anthony comes up to me and he goes, man, I just don't, why are you helping me? And I go, I'm helping you because I was you. Because somebody needs to help you, right? And I go, after this, you're on your own. I go, this is just the spark. I'll give you a spark. You gotta light the fire, right? And I go at the end, and also what you have to realize is, I'm not helping you. I don't help people that don't help themselves. I don't help people who are dicks, right? If I'm helping you, it's because you've been so great with my kid, right? I watch you train. You're amazing. You always call me sir. You're always respectful. You're a hardworking guy. I go, that's why I'm helping you.
He's just like a sweet, kind guy, and he exudes it. Yeah.
I don't help random shitheads. You're a good person,
Yeah.
So that's what I enjoy. That makes me happy, and I'm not sponsoring a fighter and hey Anthony, your first pro fight, man, I need 10% because I bought you an $85 fucking flight, No, I want the guy to succeed, and I told him, I go, look, man, at the end of the day, I go, for sure you're going to get there, and you have to realize that no matter what happens, your dream's not over. I go, you may get there and go, I belong here with these guys.
Yeah.
Or you may get there and go, wait a minute, I'm behind. I go, that doesn't mean that your dream's over. It means that you got to work harder.
Yeah.
And now you at least know where you need to be. Right? I go, but don't get there and go, oh shit, I don't belong here.
Right.
I'm going to go back to teaching 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
No, it's now I know where I need to be. When I first started going up at the Comedy Store, and back then there was nobody there. And guys like, these guys that were door guys and Comedy Store guys, they would get there'd be 8 people in the audience and they would kill them. And I'm like, but I kill on the road. Because at that time I was on the road all the time.
Yeah.
And I realized that it was a different muscle. I'm like, I need to learn how to kill 8 people. And then once I got that.
How to make them laugh. It's weird to hear you say kill over and over
how to make
again.
them laugh. Which, by the way, 4 of them have their suitcases because they don't want to rent a hotel and they got to be at the airport. Right? The other 2 don't speak English. And then there's 2 people that are actually, and they're wasted because by the time I get up, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. But
it's so true.
And dude, now, but I also truly believe that there's going to be a hole in comedy. And that hole's going to be there because the Comedy Store now, their lineups are ridiculous.
You mean a gap in talent?
A gap in talent.
Yeah.
There's going to be a gap in talent because all the guys that were my generation that were scrapping it out at the Comedy Store in front of shit audiences night after night after night after night.
Yeah.
We became calloused. We became monsters. There's nothing that can can stop us. There's nothing that scares us. There's no situation that we walk into. And
who's your group?
Me, John Caparillo, Steve Renazizi, Sebastian Maniscalco, Brett Ernst, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. Okay, so we had a power surge.
Yes.
We've got we
got the baby crying, got the pavers being grinded, power going out.
And then I just
it probably stopped the washing machine mid-cycle, so we're gonna have to start that again.
And then I just think about the neighbors across the street, dude. He's always like, "How many people live over there? What do y'all have going on?" I'm like, we always have literally 10 cars in our driveway almost every single day, but
we're back.
Yeah, we were just talking about how there's going to be. I mean, we were at that time truly scrapping it out at the Comedy Store, and nobody was there. We were performing in front of literally, half a OR, right, original room. There'd be, when it was good, there'd be 80 people in there, and during the week there'd be 13, 14, 25.
Yeah.
And all of us. And by the way, none of the big guys wanted to be there. Right? David Spade didn't want to be there. Kevin Nealon didn't want to be there. I mean, all these guys who
because it was sad and depressing.
Right. And all these guys that are there now, they didn't want to be there when it was sad and depressing. You know what I mean? And now they've all
pre-COVID, the Comedy Store had a resurgence, and it was like
huge.
the hip, cool place to be.
Every room was full, but what's going to happen is, so these comics who are working the door, who get stage time, are comics who are becoming regulars at the Comedy Store. They are now performing in front of amazing audiences, right? Instead of performing and having to make 9 drunks laugh, they're making everybody laugh.
Audiences who are there to have a good time, who are there to laugh. Yeah.
So they're not gonna get, and I hope they do, because I'm friends with them and I root for them. But I just think that the callous that you get from learning to truly not give a fuck.
Yeah.
When you walk on stage, because that's how you had to be. You'd walk on stage and you're like, look, I have to really not give a fuck because, and it just made you really strong.
Yeah.
And that hasn't been like that for probably 4 years now. So now you have a 4-year gap of door guys and young comics now performing in front of.
Right, but you say that, and then now I think, now add another level to it, COVID. The Comedy Store has been closed for
COVID.
March will be a year.
And then add another level of, well, you can't say this and you can't say that.
The counterculture PC.
Right. And that's offensive. And don't do this. And, well, we don't joke about this and we don't joke about that. Right.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have,
But you've had these comics living in LA that have not been on stage for
you have to be on
almost
stage.
Almost a year. That's crazy when you think about it like that. And now there's a mass exodus of people out of LA, through this process. So what's it gonna be like when it comes back?
Well, the PC is the thing that scares me the most. The freedom of speech and the idea that there's things that, don't talk about that. No, we're comedians. We should be able to talk about anything. And when you walk into a comedy club and I walk on a stage to do comedy, be prepared for a comedian to try to make anything and everything funny.
Yeah.
However, me, for example, I have my lane, right? And you know what I do.
Yeah.
I talk about my wife. I talk about my life. I talk about what I do on stage. If you walk into my show and you're not married or you're not a Steve Trevino fan, or the perception of our relationship is very honest and very real, and it's our relationship, right? And I say things to you in real life that is inappropriate, and we're okay with it because that's our relationship.
Right.
So then I say those things on stage.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Right? So then people go, oh my God, he said that to her or he did that to her. It's like, hey, this is my show.
Right.
Right? We're in a comedy club, right? Then you got other guys who their thing is to be extra raunchy and
Shock
extra
value.
shock value and extra dirty, and they enjoy taking on heavy subjects, right? The problem is we have a generation of these different comics that, okay, I know that so-and-so does this, I know that so-and-so does that. How are we going to be any different with the young comics? Because they can't develop into that.
Well, it's almost like the dark comics have disappeared, right? Like there's no room for a dark comic anymore.
Right, and they can't develop into and become really good at. I was laughing because Miss Betty was like, "Hey, I have these shot glasses. I think you'd enjoy them."
Oh, is that where those came from?
Yeah,
I was just looking at the
Do you
box.
want
Is
them?
awesome.
And yeah, let me show you. So, this is a perfect example of how soft. I remember these glasses when I was a kid, right? You know what they are?
Yeah. No, when the lights went out, I was like, what is this? And look, I was reading the box.
They're literally called striptease highball glasses, right? 4 10-ounce glasses. Just add ice. Gals, not girls, gals. Hey, these gals, right? Hey, gals, right? These gals on glassware strip before your eyes. And I remember being at Uncle Eddie's and at Elva's, and they had these glasses. And it was just normal. And nobody got offended. It wasn't the end of the... I mean, imagine having these glasses out now at a party with a bunch of people. People are going to love this. Hold on.
What's weird is I love vintage.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mama. Are you busy?
Yeah, we're filming a podcast. You're on it right now.
Oh, my. Well, I just wanted to know if you got your birthday card. I'm a little worried.
Did we get it already?
Not yet, no.
Not yet, Mom. Don't worry about it. I love you. I don't need a birthday card.
Well, I'm worried because when you put a lot of cash.
Oh. I love you, Mom. I'll call you in a minute.
Baby, okay?
Bye. We'll call you later.
Okay.
Just when you thought your birthday was over.
It keeps going, dude. But I mean, imagine having these out, right? Like at a party.
Yeah.
And a kid, like, dude, I would grab them. I'd be like, ooh, right? I'd grab them, put some ice in there, and ooh, titties, But nowadays it's like people are so like, oh my God, can you believe they had those glasses? And it's funny, and everybody's having a good. Like, does it have to? It's gotten so sensitive that it's going to hurt comedy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you don't like what I do, or you don't like, find the comedian that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Right? And go to that show. But the problem is, what I'm saying is that now these young comics are not going to be able to develop into whatever they're going to be because
they're afraid to say anything on stage.
Right. They're afraid to say anything. They don't want to go against the grain.
Yeah.
Right. And it cracks me up. And we don't do politics, and I don't do politics, but even politically, nobody wants to question, the ideals of the right or the left, or even attack those subjects.
Yeah.
Because they'll get attacked.
Well, even when you say something or you post something and it's not at all political, it gets politicized right now. It's crazy.
Well, and then I was telling you, I was looking at Eddie Murphy Delirious. Right? There's no need to cancel him. Had he done that special today, you would go, oh, guy, right?
Right.
But he did it. He was 23 years old. He did it. I don't know when that special came out, but it's...
Is that 80s, 90s? What was that?
It was probably 80s. But it's like a stamp of the time, right?
Right.
Right. Things change, right? Attitudes change. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with, hey, man, let's not use that word.
Yeah.
Right? But don't take it away from me.
Yeah.
Don't say I can't use it to try to be funny.
You said stamp in time, and not to go back to My Life in Quarantine, but I wonder, like, years from now, what that will be like for people to go back and watch My Life in Quarantine with the audience members wearing masks.
Nobody's going to watch it. They're like, I don't want to watch that shit, dude. It just reminds me of 2020. Like, I don't even want to freaking watch it.
But that special's going to be like a weird, trippy stamp in time.
Yeah. Well, but
I hope soon we're not, I hope we're not wearing masks for the rest of our lives. Like,
but that's kind of what we wanted it to be, right? We wanted it to be that, kind of stamp in time, but, things have changed, and I do understand that things do need to evolve. However, questioning things, thoughts, trying to make, and that's what they don't understand is that even the formula for comedy is tragedy plus time equals funny.
Yeah.
Right? That's so if there's no tragedy and we can't talk about tragedy, then where's the funny, right? So it gets hard, and we go through it all the time where, people go, I just wish you guys didn't cuss so much.
I know.
And I'm like, yeah, I hear you.
I feel like now that we're filming in our home, we curse more. Have you noticed that? There's more curse words now that we're at home.
But look, I mean, we know a lot of people, and there's very few people that we know that don't cuss.
Yeah.
Right, or say bad words in a conversation, and for me, it's the way we talk. It's but there, and I also feel like Garrett does need to know the difference between this is adult, it's for adults.
Yeah.
And this is for kids.
Yeah.
And when you're an adult, you can make a decision.
Right.
As to like we were at the party, the birthday party on Saturday, and several of the kids were drinking Dr. Pepper. Right?
Oh,
and Garrett came up to me and was like, they're drinking Dr. Pepper. I'm like, well, that's not you, dude.
You didn't tell me about this. What'd you tell him?
Well, I told him, I go, that's not you.
Yeah.
That is an adult drink in our opinion, and you do not drink Dr. Pepper. And he goes, well, you let me have a little bit of Sprite. And I go, yes, I do let you have a little bit of Sprite, but there's no caffeine in Sprite. And then it turns into, well, what's caffeine, right?
Yeah, because we've never had that conversation with him.
Right, but explaining to him that, dude, that's not for you, right? Yeah. Instead of, oh, hey, parents, I can't believe you let your kid drink Dr. Pepper.
Oh, no, we'd never do that.
I don't care.
Yeah.
They're your kids, man.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If they're doing heroin in the back, I'm going to speak up. But if they decide that their kid is old enough to have a Dr. Pepper, well, that's on them, but it's not for our kid.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean I'm not going to hang out with those people.
Right.
Well, that's it. We can't, oh my God. They were drinking they let their kid drink a Dr. Pepper. And by the way, I don't know if the parent was like, hey, you know what? It's a birthday party. You guys are running around. Here's a treat.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. But my point is, hey, man, you do you. I'll do me.
Yeah.
But also explaining to Garrett that it goes back to the don't curse in front of my kid. Do you really believe that your kid is not going to hear these words?
Yeah.
Do you really believe, or is it better to be realistic and go, I know that my kid's going to hear these words. However, you don't say them, dude, because they're not appropriate for you.
Yeah.
Real simple.
Yeah, and I feel like as a woman, even with curse words, I feel like I subconsciously use them for effect when I use them.
I don't know. I mean, I think it is what it is. But if I can get your picture on one of these glasses, that would be fantastic.
You don't want none of that right now.
But as always, we got to thank our friends at Aztec Chevrolet for really continuing to support and continuing to be a part of this podcast. We honestly, at this point, could not do it without you. Aztec Chevrolet, give them a call. They will get you anything you need. 361-358-1681. Give them a ring, and they will take care of you at Aztec Chevrolet.
And someone said in the comments, because we do read the comments, and I'm sometimes answering them at 3 a.m. between feedings, but someone said they don't like the home studio, that they miss the old studio. So I just want to let people know this is not what this is. Like,
oh, look,
these chairs came from our former living room. This table is from our entryway.
Okay, let's, just for the people that watch, okay, I need from you, because I am off this week.
Okay.
I need paint color.
Okay.
And I need chairs and a table and a carpet, because I am getting tired of having to move these chairs back outside.
Okay. So the chairs and the table might take a little longer. Okay. Because guys, we're trying to find a table where we can
table I understand. I understand, but chairs,
okay.
What's the problem? You got a week. You got a week. 2 weeks.
Well, you got to order them and stuff. There's shipping and
There's
stuff.
furniture stores around here that you can go and buy things.
I know, but I'm picky. But no, look, I found a really cool shelving unit at a vintage store, and if it's not sold yet, we can pull the trigger on the shelving unit and the paint.
I don't think I don't care. Get it.
He said, I don't care, guys. Get it.
I've always said that.
Okay, so
Timmy's
gonna go pick it up?
Whatever.
Are you gonna go pick it up?
I'll go pick it up.
Okay.
Somebody go pick it up.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, let's get it done so that people don't think our studio here is sad.
I know. Okay.
You know, and by the way, the sound is a little bit bouncy. It's because we literally have nothing in here.
Yeah.
We had this carpet extra from Garrett's toy room in the other house.
So we put on the floor to absorb some sound.
So we put it on the floor just to absorb some. But curtains you can get.
Yes.
Nobody sees the curtains.
Curtains and rugs, yes.
So let's go.
Okay.
Handle it.
Anyway, but the studio will be a work in progress.
Yes.
But we have glasses.
We do have titty glasses. And I'm going to pull them out at parties just to piss people off. Like if there's some bougie parents that come to our house, I'll be like, hey, let me make you a drink. And then like start mixing it as the titties come out like old school internet. Deet, 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 deet. Like it just goes yeah, like it's loading. But this episode was interesting. I think it kind of went on a kind of a tangent, if you will.
Yes. My life in quarantine too. So we don't have a specific date yet. You guys stay tuned, but we are going to do a watch party. So you'll watch it on Amazon, and you can also be on Facebook at the same time, and we'll answer your questions and chat back and forth with you. We're going to make it our date night in.
We are doing anything and everything we can to promote our special, to connect all of us together. The more you watch it, the better it is for us. And it's really not about money. It's about being able to continue to put out specials. So if this special does well, that leads to the next one. If it doesn't do well, it becomes very difficult to get a special out to you guys. So we're doing anything and everything we can.
But also in at a time when you can't do meet and greets after your shows, this is kind of a cool way to like you were saying, to connect with people, to see if the jokes are still relatable, to see if people are connecting with it.
And I don't know exactly how it works, but I think we'll be able to talk, interact.
We're going to host a viewing, and then people can chime in and ask questions and comment, and we can respond to them. Very
exciting. I can't think of anything else that we need to cover, but it really was an interesting show.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get in trouble. You know, I get... Yeah, and then the other... Man, I haven't shown it to you, but... Man, this guy, went off on me in Messenger, and I lay down to look at messages, and this guy was like, F you, and you're a piece of shit, and you're never going to make it, and you're fat, and you have sex with hookers, and like he went off.
No, just glasses.
Yeah. Dude, he went off, and he was like, you need to humble yourself. And I was like, oh my God. So I messaged him back, and I was like, hey man, did I do you wrong?
Yeah.
You know?
Felt like a personal attack?
Yeah, I go, did I do you wrong somehow? Because I'm always about fixing it, right?
Yeah.
I go, hey man, did I do you wrong? I don't ever want to lose one person. I go, hey, did I do you wrong? Or what happened?
Oh, but I think there's also some people that you just can't make happy.
Well, he was one of those
where
he was like, you know what, dude, F off, and blah, blah, blah. You couldn't even make eye contact with me, and you couldn't even give me the time of day, and you were having fun with your friends in San Antonio, and you couldn't talk to me, and, you white-ass Mexican. And I was like, I go, hey, man, I go, honestly, I go, if I did that to you, I truly apologize. I go, I'm sorry. It's never my intent.
Oh,
right?
But at a gig, you're juggling so much, babe. You have a very busy green room, and there are people that come that you have to entertain.
I was like, holy crap! Like this guy's. So finally, it ended with me going, look, I've asked for your forgiveness. Obviously, forgiveness is not in your wheelhouse. I go, so listen, man. Good luck to you. I'm sorry, truly sorry, and good luck. And he was like, well, hopefully this will help you humble yourself. And I go, it did. Like I just told, it did. I didn't say anything bad about him. I go, but it did. Thank you for pointing it out to me, and I will do better. And but it was like, holy crap. Like, oh my God.
Sometimes it's not about you, it's about them.
Maybe. But I love you all. We both love you all.
We're both so tired.
I am Renae with an A. Please follow Renae on Instagram. I am Renae with an A on Instagram. and I also think that we should do a Steve Captain Evil podcast specific page.
Oh, yeah?
On maybe Facebook or something, so that, anybody that's a fan of the podcast, we have those discussions, that kind of thing.
I can barely keep up with one. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. We put everybody kind of in the same place, but the audience is growing, and that's because of you guys. So please continue to like, continue to share.
Oh, I got so many messages too. People were sharing on their Insta stories, watching the special this weekend. A lot of people were sharing that. That was really cool. Thank you guys for doing that.
So thank you guys. Thank you, Aztec Chevrolet. We're loving doing these things, and we will see you soon.